Greetings and welcome to Sequentially Yours, Initially Mine. I'm Karu and I'm your host. You'll notice it is a little darker than it normally is. That's because I am recording at night and I'm doing this entirely for the atmosphere. I hope you believe me, because that is why I'm doing this for you tonight. And that is because we are going to be talking about, and I have the digital copy, so give me a second to actually bring it up. Afterlife with Archie. Alright, I will freely admit I didn't get a chance to go to the comic store this week. I was a little bit busy with my day job, which, by the way, if you would like that to not be a problem, I highly suggest you go to my Patreon. And when you're there, you can help, subsidize me a little bit so that I can actually take a little break from work and not have to be constantly freelancing in order to pay the bills, and I can do this more and, get more content out for you guys. By the way, on a completely separate note, we will be getting a huge flood of content pretty soon. A lot of big changes are going on. I think you're going to like them. Anyway, Afterlife with Archie. So this is not a new book, but it was a #1, and I got the first trade paperback in digital format as part of a Humble Bundle. And I read it. I gotta say, this is probably one of the best horror books I have read. I'm not sure whether it's because I love Archie so much, so seeing these characters in these positions really has an effect on me personally, but is honestly some of the most visceral horror I have seen. Partially because it is characters that I'm familiar with, but one of the things that it does that I'm particularly happy with is that it takes those characters and sort of takes their personality traits that are common from the regular books and, I suppose, darkens them a little bit and kicks them up to 11. So Betty and Veronica are in fact best friends, but their rivalry has a little bit more of a bite to it. There's a lot to it that's just, and also their friendship has a little bit more soul to it, to be honest. It was really kind of nice to see. I will freely admit that, it scared me a little bit reading this late at night, with the lights out. It has that effect on me. That being said, it also does a good job of very much humanizing a lot of the Archie characters that are otherwise sort of caricatures more than anything. Hiram Lodge probably is the best example, where his wife had died off screen in this particular universe, and it does a really good job of giving him not only pathos, but you can see why this guy, who is often played as sort of a doofus in the comics, is very much a captain of industry. He's competent, and he's a leader in many respects. He's very well written. But there's going to be a bit of spoilery territory here. But one of the things that I particularly liked also was that Sabrina is very much our catalyst, our MacGuffin in this. It starts at Sabrina's house at the Spellman place, where Jughead shows up. Hot Dog, his dog, had been run over by a car, and basically he wants her to save Hot Dog. Her aunts look at Hot Dog, find out he's dead, and say, dead is dead, sorry, nothing we can do. But she has a copy of the Necronomicon, because why not? And uses it to essentially resurrect Hot Dog. Hot Dog is our patient zero in this zombie thing. That's another thing, is that it's a zombie story that goes back to magical, mystical zombies, not infection zombies, which I kind of like. Suffice it to say that when she comes home and gets caught by her aunts, I'm not going to tell you what it is as much as I want to tell you what it is. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but her punishment is really just mind-trippy, crazy. It makes sense in context, but wow, is that kind of evil stuff. I was floored. I read it, I said, what just happened here? And then there was just this part of the end that kind of cherry on top, I could not believe this, but it was so well written, and I bought into this. There's the artwork is a little different than I'm used to, but I got to admit, I kind of like it. And hold on, the artist on it, let me double check because I want to make sure that I get the name. Yeah, the artwork is done by Francisco Francavilla, and the story was Roberto Aguirre Sarcasa. Again, I apologize for mispronunciations of names. See, I can't even say mispronunciation, but these guys are amazing, and they did some incredible work. And here, just look at some of the... This is technically the inker, but, you know, apparently the ink was part of the pencils. But look at some of the coloring on this. This book is 100% atmosphere. And it is not what you expect out of an Archie book, but it did such an amazing job of creating that atmosphere, making, you know, again, all these characters are their characters pumped up a little bit. Reggie is a jerk, unquestionably, but in the comics he's sort of a harmless jerk. Here he is a really harmful jerk, and it works out well. They explore two minor characters as if they were having essentially a secret relationship with one another, same-sex relationship with one another. There were some really just great lines in it that just struck me. I said, wow, that was good. Kevin Keller, one of the things they do with Kevin Keller that I absolutely love is that they focus on the fact that he comes from a military family. His father has military training from his father, who is a general. It all plays into it, and all of these little sort of things that in the regular Archie comic give these characters a little bit more, a little bit more, really. They flesh them out a little bit. In this, it's sort of, they take those little things that are just meant to give the characters depth and use them to advance the story. Archie is heroic. Yes, he always has been a hero. In fact, they even have him in his Pure Hearts costume at one point in the story. Long story, just read it. But, yeah, this was good. This was actually one of the reasons why I wanted to start doing initially mine, and I was going to wait until Halloween, but, busy week. I wanted to get you guys a video because I love you guys and I want to provide content for you. But also, I don't know if I could have waited all the way till October to talk about this. And by then, there will be other books in Life with Archie. So, yeah. I'm going to highly, highly, highly recommend that you go out and get the trade paperback for Afterlife with Archie. It's Escape from Riverdale is the volume 1. Guys, it is good. It is really, really good. Alright, so I don't know what your opinion is, but that one was initially mine. Take care.